um, a mix of cultures, Javanese, Indian, Dutch, and of course all of that will impact on the consumer and consumer wants. So just to do a little background of the economic indicators, we see that it is just under 600,000 in population. The official language is Dutch, although English is widely spoken. There isn't a real problem in terms of a language barrier. You can conduct meetings in English quite comfortably. The capital, of course, is Paramaribo. The exchange rate is now at 3.28 Surinamese dollars to 1 US. And of course, the GDP gross is estimated at just over $5 billion, with a GDP growth rate of 4.2. So and this has been consistent. Of course, if you look at the import partners, you'll see most of that is from the USA at 25%. Trinidad closely behind, a whole 24%. And the Netherlands and Antilles, remember, of course, that Suriname was once a Dutch colony, so there's still heavy trading going along. And of course, the major exports would be things like alumina, gold, crude oil, a lot of mining-based products, shrimp, fish, rice, bananas. So we can also say, in terms of an economic outlook, the Republic of Suriname is, as I said, a former Dutch colony bordered by French Guyana, Guyana, and Brazil. It places them an hour ahead in terms of time zone, so be wary of that when you're traveling forward. And most of you who would have taken that flight, I think it's Cal and Suriname Airways, they leave here, I think, at 10, and you get over there at midnight, and then you take another hour to get to Paramaribo. So by the time you get to the hotel, it's like 2 in the morning. So take a quick nap and start an early morning meeting or something. So the economic outlook for Suriname in 2013 and 2014 is promising, by all accounts, with projections of real GDP growth of 6% in 2013 and 7% in 2014. That's quite robust in comparison to other economies, even our own. The increased foreign direct investment and several IMF-related reforms would invariably boost attractiveness for investors. There are a lot of different projects that are going on in Suriname. So, in summary, I would say that it's a heavy Dutch influence market that impacts a lot of the consumer buying behavior. And if you've been to Suriname, you'd see a lot of Dutch brands as well. You'd see a lot of Chinese brands as well. You'd see aggressive exploration drive in the mining sector that's being promoted right now. And there is projection for healthy economic growth. So this would bring the end of my part, and I would next go to introduce the next speaker. So thank you very much for your attention.